Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at Legacy.com in the second week of March 2025. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Musician and songwriter Brian James died March 6, 2025 at the age of 70. He was a co-founder of the pioneering punk band The Damned. He played guitar and wrote songs like New Rose, the first single ever recorded by a UK punk band. James is also being remembered as a co-founder of the post-punk band The Lords of the New Church. Singer and producer Dwayne Wiggins died March 7, 2025 at his home in Oakland, California. He died of bladder cancer at the age of 64. He was a co-founder of Tony, who had chart-topping R&B hits in the 80s and 90s like Feels Good, It Never Rains in Southern California, Anniversary, and If I Had No Loot. Wiggins is also being remembered for his solo career and for helping launch the career of Destiny's Child, the group that gave Beyoncé her first fame. Comedian Alysha Burney died March 2, 2025 in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. She died after having an asthma attack in her sleep at the age of 24. Millions of people watched her sketch comedy on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. She usually played most or all of the characters in each video. Burney is being remembered for her funny and relatable takes on everyday life. Baseball player Art Schallock died March 5, 2025 in Sonoma, California at the age of 100. He was a pitcher for the New York Yankees in the 1950s, including during their World Series winning 1953 season. Schallock is being remembered as the oldest living former major leaguer before his death. Playwright Athol Fugard died March 8, 2025 in Stellenbosch, South Africa. He died after a cardiac event at the age of 92. He received Tony Award nominations for his plays Sizwe Banzi is Dead and The Island, and the movie Tsotsi, based on his novel, won the 2005 Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. Fugard is being remembered for writing that probed the ugliness of apartheid and its aftermath in his home country of South Africa. Custom car designer Gene Winfield died March 4, 2025 after fighting cancer at the age of 97. He created futuristic-looking vehicles for movies and TV shows like Blade Runner, Star Trek the Original Series, Bewitched, and others. Winfield is being remembered as the King of Custom, who won many awards as he worked on custom cars for more than 80 years. Actor Simon Fisher-Becker died March 9, 2025 at the age of 63. He had a memorable role on Doctor Who as the blue-skinned alien Dorium Maldivar. Fisher-Becker is also being remembered for playing the Fat Friar, one of the resident ghosts at Hogwarts in the first Harry Potter movie. A note to remember, sometimes personal information, such as someone's cause of death, is not announced immediately by their family or the authorities. When a cause of death has not been officially confirmed, we do not report on rumors. Every family has a right to their privacy. Football player and broadcaster Craig Wolfley died March 10, 2025, of cancer at the age of 66. He was an offensive lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 1980s before finishing his career with the Minnesota Vikings. Wolfley is being remembered for his later career as a broadcaster for the Steelers, first as a sideline reporter during radio broadcasts, then as a color analyst. Author Melody Beattie died February 27, 2025 in Los Angeles. She died of heart failure at the age of 76. She wrote the best-selling self-help book, Codependent No More: How to Stop Controlling Others and Start Caring for Yourself. Beattie is being remembered for helping millions of readers with the 18 self-help books she published. Singer and songwriter Coco T. died March 11, 2025 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He died of cardiac arrest at the age of 65. Born Calvin George Scott, but better known by his stage name, he was a reggae icon known for songs like Rikers Island, I Lost My Sonia, and Rocking Dolly. Coco T is also being remembered for his 1989 collaboration with Shabba Ranks and Home T, Holding On. Basketball player and businessman Junior Bridgeman died March 11, 2025 in Louisville, Kentucky. He died of a heart attack at the age of 71. After a standout college career at the University of Louisville, he became a Milwaukee Bucks legend in the 1970s and 80s. Bridgeman is also being remembered for his post-NBA business career. He built a billion-dollar fortune as owner of many restaurants and part owner of the Bucks, who bought Ebony and Jet magazines in 2020. Radio DJ Bob Rivers died March 11, 2025, of complications from esophageal cancer at the age of 68. He was a popular Seattle morning DJ for 25 years after working in the Boston and Baltimore markets. Rivers is also being remembered for the song parodies he wrote and produced, especially his Twisted Christmas album. Prince Frederik of Luxembourg died March 1, 2025, of POLG mitochondrial disease at the age of 22. He was 14 when he was diagnosed with the rare genetic disorder. He later donated his own cells to help research efforts to understand the disease. Prince Frederik is being remembered for launching a clothing line called Mito as an alternative means of educating the world and especially young people about mitochondrial diseases. Basketball player Oliver Miller died March 12, 2025, after fighting brain cancer at the age of 54. He had an 8-year NBA career as a big man with the Phoenix Suns, Detroit Pistons, Toronto Raptors, and other teams. Miller is also being remembered for his college career at the University of Arkansas, where he helped lead the team to the Final Four in 1990. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory, online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.